Hi folks, today we're going to look at a self-said frauditor hybrid. This guy thinks he knows the law better than the cops and thinks he knows more than the Attorney General of the state that he's in. So, let's break down this fool, laugh at some stupid, and see him get a nice pair of bracelets. Shall we?
Keep calling dispatch for help.
Okay, what you need help with?
Well, days ago, my RV was stolen from a lot off of Vaughn Street,
Okay.
across from Carter Field, next to the White Pump House.
Okay.
Is there a superior here, actually?
Well, we're all on level playing field, so which,
I'd like to speak with the superior directly.
okay. All right, well, you're speaking to me right now, so what do you need help with?
I would like to speak with the superior directly, sir. I want to
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
make sure.
Where do we begin? Let's start off with this. When you call the cops and multiple show up, you don't start demanding to only speak to a specific officer. You get who you get. Now, if there was some kind of history, that would be a different thing. But that's not the case. Yes, you can request a supervisor or a supervising officer that's a higher rank. But since everyone's at the same rank, you get what you get, and you're going to have to deal with it. This isn't Burger King. You don't get to choose it your way.
My constitutional rights are respected through this whole process and ordeal.
Okay, well, I'm here to protect your constitutional rights. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
All right.
So who is the supervisor, though, just so I can direct my attention to the proper channel of authority?
What the hell's wrong with you, man? We just went over this. This officer told you there's no supervising officer. They're all the same. And they're all going to listen to you and protect your constitutional rights. But yet you keep going on with this sovereign citizen script that, has it ever really worked? Maybe one out of a million times it has. But you are not that.
No supervisor here. No supervisor. Okay. So, primary residence and my primary dwelling, my sole domicile. It was taken from me days ago. I immediately picked up the phone and called and filed a report for grand theft of South Boston Police Department, which Officer Perkins responded. He refused to provide any incident report or any investigation, any information regarding my RV and a call to be removed from private property. With that being said, I'm sorry, I'm a lawyer. I've been studying this whole weekend. I have notes, so if you'll just give me a moment to go through this.
Okay.
Get ready, everybody. He's about to do something stupid.
Now, where did you get your law degree from? An actual university? A community college? A correspondence course? Or did you get some dude's trifold and watch a bunch of YouTube videos and decide to be a freeman of the land? Because if you did that, then you're not a lawyer. You're just a soft sid who got scammed.
I just delivered a certificate of service to the tow yard to put them on notice of a violation of a federal crime. I'm acting as a private attorney general right now, investigating this matter, and also
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
filing the report. I didn't get as far as requesting him to retract from the crime that he was an accessory of, because he asked me to vacate the property.
Okay.
So I removed myself immediately, telling him not to go anywhere because he would be under arrest. Now, because...
Oh, so you're a cop now? I thought you were an attorney general. Which is it? Are you a fake lawyer or a fake cop? Because you're all 100% real dumb and a sovereign citizen. Nonsense is not going to help you get out of this. Look, your RV was towed for a legitimate reason, for being on property that did not belong. So therefore, you don't have your RV. And you trying to be an attorney general and trying to be a fake cop is not going to help your case.
He moved my sole primary dwelling and residence into the county jurisdiction. This would also be scene of a crime. This is your jurisdiction as well in regards to.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
No crime has been committed.
Yes, sir, it has. And
look, if you can let me finish talking first, and then you can talk, all right?
Yes,
that's
sir.
how
This
this
is
gonna work.
misprison of a felony.
Okay,
and
look,
now,
you're gonna stop talking and
Go
listen
ahead.
to me, okay? No crime's been taken. You parked your vehicle on a lot owned by somebody else. You can't park it there. That means he has
Says
a
who?
legal. Code of Virginia says you cannot leave any property that belongs to you on somebody else's
Can you
name.
furnish me that code?
I don't have to. I'm telling you.
Listen
okay?
here, sir. With all due respect, this is why I requested a supervisor. This is misprison of a felony, refusing to take a report in regards to the felony, and you're acting as an attorney practicing law unlicensed right now, which is also a crime. And you are here to solely take a criminal report. In regards
No
to
criminal
that,
report. Nothing criminal has taken
hold on 1
place.
second, sir. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm trying to educate you. Now,
I'm calling shenanigans on that one. First off, you start demanding when he showed up to come help you with the call that you called him for, that you only want to speak to a supervisor. And you argued with him about getting a supervising officer or a superior officer, someone who's more ranked than you. Then, when he tried to explain to you why your van, RV was towed, guess what? You're arguing again. You're being argumentative, and you're letting that sovereign citizen brain think you're an attorney. You're doing everything you can to hurt your case.
the Supreme Court had ruled that it is your sole duty to take a criminal report in regards, and if I am falsifying any information in regards to this report, you will be liable to arrest me. Now, with the state law and federal law considering, I'm going to educate you. Not at one point, at any point in time, was I made aware that I was trespassing. Therefore, it is a crime in regards to the removal of that vehicle from that property because nobody had made anybody aware that a crime's been committed. I'm going to elaborate for you in a clear instance once.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered irrational.
Second, sir.
No, he's talking, you stop talking, okay? That's how
I
that
really
works.
wanted to speak with the supervisor so I didn't get gangbanged.
And I wanted to wake up in the middle of the night with 3 supermodels and $1 billion in my wallet. But that ain't happening now, is it? You get what life gives you. And, well, for you, it should have been a better education instead of a Grateful Dead t-shirt and a sovereign citizen mindset.
By a bunch of people who didn't study law.
Do you know the person that owned the property you're parked on?
It's not owned by a private individual. It's owned by a private corporation.
Did that corporation give you permission to park there?
This property has been generally open and accessible to the public in the neighborhood for generations, as I can testify myself to that.
Was it
There
closed when you parked
are
I'd buy that for $1.
no posting signs whatsoever that would deem any portion of that property not open and accessible to the general public.
One of the public buildings, a private building, so you can't park there.
Sir, this is misprison of a felony if you're refusing to take a report. This is why I seriously wanted a supervisor to come down here.
Here's something you should know. And it's a bit of helpful information that can keep you and your RV home safe next time it's down by the river. If you park on private property, even if it's owned by a corporation, and even if they had in the past allowed people to park there at any time, they can revoke your permission to be there, and if you refuse to leave, they can have you arrested, charged with criminal trespass, and have your vehicle towed from their property at your expense. That's just a fact. Now, I don't know where you parked because you don't specify, but most places, even private places, that are even owned by the public, can do the same thing.
Respect my constitutional rights. What is your name, sir?
Deputy Weddle.
Deputy
Weddle.
Weddle. Okay, and your name, sir?
Deputy Moore, 2 O's.
Deputy Moore.
Can you spell that for you?
No, sir. I can finagle that from there.
Sure.
With that being said, violations of U.S. Code and of the Constitution are as follows. Violation of the KKK Act, which is the 3/4 Act, the RICO Act, the Homestead Act, 18 U.S. 241 and 242, and an attempt to extort me for money when I have no contract with them. No.
Okay, Big Shoots, let's take a minute here and break this down because you are all over the place. During my research of trying to find out the 3/4 Act, I was unable to find anything. But I was able to find out the Ku Klux Klan Act, or the KKK Act, which is the 14th Amendment, which allowed the president to suspend habeas corpus during times of unrest and allowed them to punish that particular group, and use military force to police the laws down there in the South, or wherever it took place. Secondly, the RICO Act, unless you're saying that the entire state of Virginia, or West Virginia particularly, I don't know where you were at, but I know you said Virginia, is engaged in any nefarious activities such as slavery, money laundering, illegal gambling, murder, kidnapping, drug trafficking, or counterfeiting, and such other things, that won't work either. The Homestead Act doesn't allow you to take public domain of government-owned property, government-owned land, which they're not doing. You are a man who left his RV on private property and it got towed.
Contract. No notice, no contract. Therefore, that is a violation of 1961.
Yeah, we need to call the FBI. We
Also-
enforce federal codes.
I did. I did,
Okay.
and they refused, claiming it was civil. However, that is another instance where they are, misprision of a felony and practicing law without a license. They cannot
Are you stupid or something?
tell me it's civil when I'm filing a criminal report with all the information in regards to such.
But no criminal
Violation
action
of
taking
Title
place.
42, 1986, and also the 8th Amendment. The grounds that I have for this criminal matter are as follows.
It's not a criminal matter.
You are not to decide that, sir. You are not
I
the
am.
judge.
That's
You are
fine.
here to take a criminal report, nothing more. No
Not taking a
notice was
criminal
provided to
report.
vacate. That was my sole home and sole dwelling and primary residence that was stolen,
Okay, look, this is not a criminal
along
complaint.
with attempted extortion.
Look, listen, don't
The
talk
Castle
over me
Doctrine
again.
and
This
the
isn't
Homestead
a criminal
gives
act,
me
so
the
you can
express
vacate the
right
property,
to
okay?
occupy and possess and defend my sole dwelling
Who does on there?
immediately.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to you.
Yeah, do that.
With that being said, I would request your
Where
supervisor
was
down
your
here
trailer parked
immediately. Please call your supervisor down here
Well,
immediately.
he asked you a question.
I asked you to call your supervisor.
That's not one
down.
coming.
It is your job to respect my rights and wishes, considering you are misprisioning felony right now.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
And violating my rights, sir.
Nobody has violated your rights. You parked your RV illegally. It was towed legally. You went there trying to not have to pay your fine to get your RV. So you, what? Did this to call the cops and say, oh, well, they stole it? You didn't agree for them to take it? It doesn't matter. You broke the law. So you have to pay the consequences.
Sir, what was we got dying on the phone. He's over there in Franklin's garage. Far down from the pump house off of Bond Street.
Wait, what?
Where the bridge is. Right where Of course, but considering they are a criminal accessory and the evidence of the crime is here, the crime scene is here, it needs to be handled accordingly. Well, I have to teach you guys because you guys,
You don't have to teach
I
me
do.
anything.
You guys do not study law. And it's the equivalent to a kitchen hiring a head chef who's never peeled an orange or held a knife or entered a kitchen in their whole
This ain't
life.
got nothing to do with a kid.
It absolutely does.
No, sir.
Boom. Roasted.
I gave you a reference in regards to how the similarity is there. Now you go ahead, sir. What do you have to say?
The town of South Boston is the people that were responsible for towing your vehicle.
No, they were not, sir. If they were, there would be a report number as far as an incident report or call log report, and they would have paperwork in regards to such. If Officer Perkins conspired to withhold evidence while that RV was removed by a private party, he is also involved and will be named as a criminal accessory.
But what I'm saying is, South Boston Police Department towed your vehicle. The county don't have
it left the jurisdiction. Yes, it does. And I'm going to teach you about this, sir.
You ain't gonna teach me nothing.
I'm not. Okay, are you too old to learn new tricks?
Look, what we're trying to
I still am requesting a supervisor.
And one's not coming.
You're going to tell me I'm refused the right for a supervisor to come and take a formal report seriously?
Yes, because it's not a formal report, and this is not serious. It's not a criminal act.
It's not a formal report, not a criminal act.
No, sir, it is not.
You studied law yourself, correct? Did you take the bar, sir?
Did you, or did you fall for some con man's schemes of how to not have to pay taxes or fines or whatever it is you sovereign citizens believe in? Because if you want to be a part of society, we have to obey certain things that we all agree to, like taxes and fees. You know, those things that we all may not like to pay, but we agree to, for services that we get, such as road work, funding our police officers, funding our fire departments, and our EMTs. Quit being a Karen, grow up, and do something responsible with your life. And start by paying your fee for having your van towed, or RV in this case.
Did you take the bar?
No.
Did you take the ball?
I didn't.
Got him!
Have to take the bar.
We didn't either.
Yeah, and that's a shame because you enforce law that you know nothing about, equivalent to hiring a head chef who's never been in the kitchen in his life. We need criminal justice reform because you guys violate rights all the time, misprison felonies. This is a conspiracy to deprive me of my rights. Because you don't know the law, ignorance is no excuse for not.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Knowing the law. You all being sheriffs, you are solely bound to make sure other officials are held to constitutional jurisdiction and law.
Okay.
Where's your vehicle? Why don't you ask Franklin where my
What did he say?
He
said put him in handcuffs.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
2725, you say put arrest the subject?
do not see him refuse that officer because this is being recorded. Okay?
Ready?
You recording this, yes, sir. And I'm not in agreement with you recording.
Put your hands behind your back.
Why am I being arrested?
You're being on arrest right now, okay?
What? I'm sorry. Why are you detaining me?
We'll get to that in a second.
Why are you detaining me, sir?
We'll get to that in just a second.
You're under arrest.
Why am I being arrested? I'm not impersonating a law.
Go ahead, let go of your phone. You can't have that in the back in the car. Go ahead, release your phone.
I'm not impersonating law enforcement.
That's right. Our sovereign citizen friend here, who's now not only an attorney general, well, a fake attorney general, but a fake police officer, because he tried to do a false citizen's arrest on the gentleman who owned the tow truck yard, because he wouldn't give him his van for free. So he detained him using his citizen's arrest powers, which he does not have.
You served that man a paper down there that you wrote and told him he was under arrest. That's impersonating a police officer.
I did not tell him he was under arrest. I said, stay right there. You're going to be placed under arrest.
I want to clarify something. Yes. In the act of a felony, the average citizen can detain somebody and place them under a citizen's arrest. And in the state of Virginia, where this took place, guess what? He can do that. However, he has to be committing a felony. No felony was committed because his vehicle was not stolen. His vehicle was impounded for him parking on private property. He hands the gentleman in the tow yard a note saying that he was going to detain him. And it was a legal writ. Well, in Virginia, anybody who passes off a note, a letter, a writ, or anything that's to simulate is a class 4 misdemeanor. However, since the fact that he wanted to play cop and told the gentleman that he's going to be placed under arrest, that can count as impersonating an officer, a class 1 misdemeanor in the state of Virginia.
Can't do that.
No, I did not tell him I was placing him under arrest. I did not impersonate an officer. I did not offer any information. Sir, is that this right here is witness intimidation?
Is that your dog?
And this is suppressing my rights. Yes, sir, that is my dog. I would like my sister to come pick up my dog, please.
Come on, right over here.
I'm telling you, sir, you guys are suppressing my free rights.
So long, dumbass!
I did not impersonate an officer. I did not impersonate an officer. This is putting my health and safety in jeopardy.
We're going to end the video here. If we've learned anything today, it's this. Playing soft sid, playing cop, and playing lawyer when you're not ends badly. The gentleman was arrested for, well, playing cop and being dumb. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. I'll be putting my links down below. With that being said, you guys have a great day, stay safe, and thanks for tuning in.